Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Many times we ask questions and there is no answer to that question. The doubt that was raised that when the Tattvamasi Mahavakya Upadesh is recognized practice, then the question is whether the sadhak, the seeker, whether he ends up in the realization of the Savikalpa Brahma or Nirvikalpa Brahma. Savikalpa Brahma means what? Vikalpa means option. Whether he will have the experience of the relative truth or the absolute truth. This question tells one basic error. And the basic error is as if there are two truths. One is absolute, second is relative. And this comes only because the basics are not clear. See, in the absolute, the relative is only imagined. It is not there really. See? Like when we talk about the relations, mother, father, husband, wife, are they real? The substratum behind them, the man and woman, they are real. And therefore, this question comes after doing the spiritual practice, will the husband come to know that he is a happy husband, or he will come to know that he is no more a husband, but he is a man? This is the question. So, this person who will have this question, he is still holding on to the man and husband as two different entities. And therefore, in the 50th verse, this doubt was told, Vikalpo nirvikalpasya savikalpasya va bhavet. See, you are talking about the husband. Now, whether the husband is a reality or he is superimposed on the absolute. And therefore, let us not get lost in these kinds of arguments. Then example was given, idam guna kriya jati dravya sambandha vastushu samam tena swarupasya sarvametad itishatam. So, like the qualities, attributes, guna kriya jati, see, what is the quality, what is the class, what is the action, what is the object, all these things, sambandha, these are with relation to something. They don't have independent existence. See, suppose you say, very good. Very good for what for? No, just good. Sweet. What is sweet? No, just sweet. No. These are attributes. They must belong to somebody. In the same manner, all the savikalpa, nirvikalpa, who? The absolute reality. Now the absolute reality is relative or absolute? Therefore, let us understand it very clearly. In the 52nd chapter, the teacher says, Vikalpa tadabhavabhyam asansprishta atmavastuni vikalpat vikalpitatva sambandhyadhyastu kalpitaha. So, Atmavastuni in the self, asprishta, which is untouched by what? Vikalpa tad abhavabhyam. There is no possibility of the relative in the absolute. See? So this is another important principle. The absolute, ananta, infinite, cannot have any other option. And absolute is reduced to the relative only with reference to the conditioning. Like the example we are giving every day, the man is reduced to the son, husband and father. Exactly the same way. The Brahman is reduced to Jiva Jagat Ishvara. Because that which appears on account of some relations condition, because of that, the man never suffers, but it is the son, husband, and father, they suffer. Be attentive. And they also don't suffer because they don't exist. So neither the man suffers nor the conditioned expression of the man, they suffer. In the same manner, in the absolute Satchidananda, absolute reality, the blissful self, the infinite self, the one without a second reality, there is no misery. And in the relative world also there is no misery. See? And how this is possible? Only by recognizing that relativity is an appearance on the absolute with reference to some conditioning. That's it. And when we are able to recognize the appearance as an illusion, then by recognition of the appearance as an illusion, the appearance will not disappear. It will continue. Like when we know very clearly that it is a train which is running and not the trees which are nearer to the railway track, they are running in the opposite direction. We know that. And yet when you will look out from a moving train, and yet you will see that all the trees, etc., they are moving in the opposite direction. And you know for certain it is a train that is moving. Yet perception will be the same. Exactly the same way. When we are thus able to recognize the illusion as an illusion. Now this train example and movement of the trees in the opposite direction. Now apply it to your personal life. See, we are sitting in the train called body. And then the body is moving. See? So what the body is moving? Childhood to teenage to middle age to old age. This is the movement of the body. And we are conditioned by the body. So what do we see? We say, these days the people are changing so much. See? During our time it was not like that. Arey man, you have also changed. You were earlier a child, now you are an old man. But we don't recognize that because we are conditioned, identified with that conditioning. See friends, therefore, vikalpa tad abhavabhyam asansprushtam atmavastuni. So the modifications and the presence or the absence, the truth is untouched. Therefore, vikalpitatva lakshatvam sambandha adi astu kalpita. Therefore, all the relations with the absolute, they are only imaginary. See, I am your wife, I am your husband, only imaginary. They are just projected. They are not real. See, friend, this should click one day by God's grace. And to click this, the first step of spiritual practice is to practice ourselves to be other than the body. When this principle goes deep in our understanding, then you don't have to struggle on the spiritual path. Otherwise, if you sit in meditation for 7 days, this will happen. And you keep struggling, no need. See? Now, what sadhana the bird should do to get rid of the fear because of the reflection in the mirror? Should he do charity? Should he go to the places, take the dip in the holy Ganges? Should he do pranayam? See, should he do puja, japa? Should you wash the mirror or destroy the mirror? No. Then nothing to do, nowhere to go. Just to know this. Therefore, vikalpa tadabhavabhyam asansprushtam atmavastuni vikalpitatva lakshatva sambandhadhyastu kalpitaha. So, in the Tattvamasi Mahavakya, what we were told, that thou art. You are that reality. Now, what do you consider yourself to be with reference to the time, space, and object? So, I am born on such and such time. Then this is my size, space. This is my weight, object. Now, all these three parameters, which are creating our individuality, find out, give up these conditionings, meaning what? The truth is anadi, without the beginning. So you give up body identification without the beginning. Is it not true? We have no experience of birth. Then the body has a shape and a size. The truth is formless, shapeless. And the body has a particular weight, object, distinction from other objects. All these three are totally discarded. This is what is called the vikalpitatva lakshatva. But if we try to understand the truth with reference to all this imagination, then we will come to know. See, when I come to realize, will I become Mahatma? Will I have siddhis? See? Will I be able to know what is going on in somebody's mind? Will I be able to read their future? So, आकाश से टपके खजूर पे लटके. Then we'll have this notion that I am someone different. So it is only a thought replacement. Remember one important thing. Vedanta removes wrong notions without creating new notion. First wrong notion is I am body. The second wrong notion replacement is I am a Mahatma. First wrong notion is I have become very old very quickly. I am 150 years old, yet I don't feel old. Both of them are conditioned with the body. I was born in a very poor family, but I worked hard. Now this whole empire is mine. So earlier, poor money conditioning. Now, rich money conditioning. So आकाश से टपके खजूर पे लटके. We are still in the relative world. And therefore, vikalpitatva lakshatva sambandhi adi kalpitaha. They are all imaginary. See, friends. Now, after having come to this conclusion, now question is, how do we get established in this? Now here onward, the spiritual practice according to Vedanta begins. And see, what is the spiritual practice according to Vedanta? Itham vakke tadarthanu sandhanam shravanam bhaved. So this is Shravan Manan Nididhyasan. Shravanam, itham, in this manner, vakyahi tad artha anusandhanam. So in the Tattvamasi Mahavakya, tad artha, what is the meaning of tat? So what is the tat? Tat is sarvavyapi, that which is permeating in and through everything. So the Brahma with the Tamasi Maya is called the Jagat. Then the same Brahman with the Sattvic Maya is called the Ishvara. So the material cause and the efficient cause of this world is the same reality. See? This is the most important foundation of understanding in Vedanta. Yathordana, it is said in the Mundaka Upanishad. See, यथोर्णनाभि सृजते गृह्णते च यथा पृथिव्याम ओषधयः संभवन्ति यथा सतः पुरुषात् केशलोमानि तथा अक्षरात् संभवति ह विश्वम. Aksharat, from the absolute indestructible reality, the world is created. Like what? Yatha urnanabhi shrite grunnate cha. Like the spider doesn't require the building material, doesn't require an architect, doesn't require an engineer, doesn't require any labor force. Everything is done by the spider himself. So he is the material cause and he is the efficient cause. So when a spider can create his creation, can't the absolute create? See? And therefore in his web, other insects are caught. He is not caught. See? And other insects are the jiva. So in God's creation, the objective world, the five great elements and everything, they are not suffering. And the God who created this, he is also not suffering. Then who is suffering? In this web created by the God, the other insects called the jiva, they are suffering. See? Therefore, ittham vakyaitat artha anusandhanam shravanam bhavet. So we have to do, we have to repeat our satsanga again and again. See? Therefore, right in the beginning I told you, if one has to be a perfect surgeon, he cannot have any other option but to be a perfect student who knows each and every cell, each and every bone, each and every nerve ending, the tracing the path of every nerve, every artery or blood vessel. Then only he will be able to be a good surgeon. In the same manner, we have to be very clear. See, Paramatma is absolute with the conditioning of his Maya. This Maya is Trigunatmika, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. From the Sattva aspect of each Mahabhuta, the Jnanendriyas and the mind, Manomaya Kosha is created. From the Jnanendriyas and the intellect, Vijnanamaya Kosha is created. See, friends, from the Rajoguni aspect, Karmendriyas and the Pranas are created. And from the Tamoguni aspect, the structural, like the body, is created. See? And in that, when the consciousness reflects as Chidabhasa in the intellect, then that intellect gets identified with the body, prana, etc. and an illusory experience begins. See? Then the husband, wife, mother, father, they are born and they are suffering. Then what happened? They go to sleep. So what happened? Chidabhas goes back to pure consciousness. Then there are no more all these relationships, but still he is happy. So we are removing the wrong notions without creating the new notion. First I was a papi, now I am punyatma. First I have created a lot of problem for the world, now I am not creating. This is not spiritual life. Therefore, ittham vakye tad artha anusandhanam shravanam bhavet. So in this manner, we have learned how the Ishvara and the Prajna, totality and individuality, causal and effect level, Hiranyagarbha and Tejas, causal and effect level, then Virat Purusha and the individual body, causal and effect level. And thus, we really start getting deep into it. If our individual air called prana is not in contact with the total air, life is not possible. In the same manner, our individual five elements of which the body is made, they must be in touch with the totality. Same way, the individual jiva, unless he is in touch with the totality, and that is achieved through two techniques, through Vedanta, by recognizing the identity, and through devotion, by surrendering the individuality. Meaning is the same. See, friends, इत्थम वाक्ये तदर्थानुसंधानम शरणम भवेद. Tad artha anusandhanam. We have to continuously work on it. Then yuktya sambhavita tattvanu mananantu tat. And when we are doing this anusandhan, this constant contemplation on this, then yuktya, we have to think in such a manner that this is proved and this is not disproved. So the day you will get this click that you are essentially a woman and non-essentially a mother of a son. You are essentially a woman and non-essentially you are a mother-in-law of the daughter-in-law. Then what is to be done? Play your role. How to play? Now my son is, although he is my son, but he is grown up now. So let him live his life. See, the more we become aware of this, then this Vedanta is meaningful to us. Never do that. Yuktya sambhavita tattvanu mananantu. So knowledge with the doubts is ignorance. Incomplete knowledge. See, that is one of the reasons I am not very much in favor of having the study groups, group discussions, because we have seen very close quarters. Those who have got a long tongue, those who have got little command on their language and expression, they overpower all others. And all others to simply look at them. And then this person become the Guru Maharaj, the group leader, and other come to conclusion, I can't do anything, I am good for nothing. Now see, he is quoting the scriptures left and right, I don't know anything. I think I am nowhere. No, I think I am useless. No. The real practice of Brahma Jnanam is take every experience as a spiritual examination. See? That is important. Or else we will destroy ourselves. Then after we have removed all the doubts of whatever we have heard through the mananam, now the next step comes. Tabhyam nirvichikitse arte chetasa sthapitasya yat ekatanatvam etadhi nididhyasanam uchyate. Now what is nididhyasana? Tabhyam nirvichikitse arte. Now we have a clear understanding about what is the real meaning of Tattvamasi. See? So the Tvam is the seeker. Now who is the seeker? When the mind is identified with a particular body, this is the body thought. In this body thought, consciousness reflects as Chidabhas. And this body thought becomes enlivened. And thereafter, I am body become the conviction. See? And not only that, I am body and the body is mine. Now this particular thought gets identified with the relations, then I become mother, father, brother, sister, etc. And samsara begins. So when the sadhana begins through proper understanding, what will be your position? First of all, I had to drop all relations and possessions and come to the point of, is this body me? When there is no identification with the body, that means when the mind is not reduced from the absolute to the relative. Meaning, there is but one mind. See? Like there is one space, there is one air, there is one water. In the same manner, there is one life, and the expression of life is one mind. When that one mind becomes identified with a particular body, that means when the mind has included that body in its womb, then a body thought is formed, and it is only in the thought alone consciousness can reflect. And when the consciousness reflects a Chidabhasa, then I am body notion becomes form. And thereafter the samsara begins. So we have to understand the secondary I is relations and possessions. They are born after body identification. So can this body be really me? When the body is not created by me, how can I say I am the body? Then the question will come, what sadhana should I do? This trail of inquiry, this is what is mentioned here. Tabhyam nirvichikitsya arthe. Vichikitsa means doubt. Nirvichikitsa, no doubt. Now we have no doubt whatsoever. What is the meaning of Tvam and what is the meaning of Tat? See. So Tvam is a seeker. Tvam is not a husband, wife, mother, father. Tvam is not intelligent, dull. Tvam is not rich or poor. Tvam is not a Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. See, Tvam is not a Iyengar and Iyer. Get this point very clear. A seeker has transcended all the labels applied to him on account of the body identification. This is what we have seen in the life of our Swami Akhandanji Maharaj, right from childhood. Although he was born in a Sharayupar Brahmin family, he has not condemned that. But he did not observe all that and get lost in the non-essentials. That is essential at the totality level. But at your own individual level, if you are living your life, you need not. But others are observing, let them observe. We don't condemn them also. See? Nirvijikitse arte. There is no doubt whatsoever. So a seeker is the one who has come to this point that I cannot be the body. Then the next question will come, then who am I? And then this inquiry begins. So when I go to sleep, now the question will come, who is this I who is going to sleep? Is it the mother, father, brother? Is it the rich, poor? Is it the young, old? Is it the sinner or a meritorious person? Who is going to sleep? I. Who is this I? Then mind with the body thought containing the reflection of consciousness as Chidabhasa is the I, the waker, who wants to go to sleep. Now when he goes to sleep means what? Body identification is slowly dropped. When the body thought, that means when the body is dropped from the mind, then there is no body thought. If there is no body thought, there cannot be reflection of consciousness in a thoughtless mind. Then where will be the reflection of consciousness will go? It will go back to consciousness. And the thoughtless mind, it will go back to Prakriti. Then what happens in sleep? Nothing happens. When you lit a matchstick, the fire is invoked. When the stick is burnt, what happens to the fire? Does it die? No. It goes back to the fire element. This experience is effortlessly maintained in and through all the activities of life. This is what is mentioned here. Ekatanatvam etadhi nididhyasanam. In other words, we tell you, therefore, meditation is not done. See, we have to live in meditation 24/7. And for that, the requirement is nididhyasan. But this meditation has become such a disease, a virus, worse than coronavirus. See? Meditation, corona. Don't do meditation. First, we have to be in nididhyasan. See? And after this is understood clearly, then the next step comes. ध्यातृध्याने परित्यज्य क्रमाध्येयैक गोचरम निवात दीपवच्चित्तम समाधिरभिधीयते. Now we are qualified to sit on the seat of meditation. We have neither pure mind, nor we have got clear understanding, nor we have gone to satsang any time, and directly we want to do meditation. And that too also crash course in meditation. 2 minutes meditation. See? To learn 2 minute meditation, you have to go and deposit 2 lakhs of rupees. See? So, dhyatru dhyane parityajya. So then you sit for meditation. Then what? Meditator and meditation is dropped. Low. आ गया ना मजा? You sit for meditation and don't do meditation. Because who was doing meditation? He is a dhyatru, he is a meditator. What a meditator will do? He will do meditation. Dhyatru dhyane parityajya. Dhyatru dhyane. Then kramadhyeyaika gocharam. Kramat, in a sequence, systematically. So first thing, we have to drop the meditator. And how to drop the meditator, we are told in our meditation classes very clearly. When you are sitting for meditation, we have to first of all do some psychological adjustments. One adjustment is, we are happy. When you are happy, your individuality is reduced to minimum. A tense, frustrated, angry is a strong individuality, strong I. See, happiness is not individuality. Happiness is our natural state. So when we sit, we are cheerful and happy. Don't decide or condition anything. Then the second thing, the fear. So do this bhavana in our heart is our Guru Maharaj and our beloved Lord. So the Lord protects us from within and Guru guides us from within. Then the third thing, you have to assert that at this moment you are nobody. Who is somebody? Somebody is the one who is carrying the burden of body identification and the total past. So when we practice this, that at this moment I am nobody. So we have done these 3-4 stages, the last stage. Do not plan anything what you will do after meditation. So we have dropped the past and we have dropped the future. This is what is meant here. Dhyatru dhyane parityajya. When a meditator is dropped, how there can be meditation? In the language of Patanjali, prayatna shaithilya, ananta samapatibhyam. Total freedom from efforts. Efforts are for the finite. Infinite is effortless. Therefore, Prayatna Shaithilya and then Ananta Samapatibhyam, merging in the Absolute. And therefore, in merging in the Absolute, individuality disappears. And therefore, there is nobody who is realized. There is realization where there is nobody. And therefore, wise people do not have the ego, ahankara of realization. They don't have to achieve, do anything. They don't have to prove anything to anybody in this world. See? Then how their life is lived? Yogakshemam vahamyam. Everything is fine, beautiful, wonderful, extremely good. See? Dhyaturjhane parityajya dheya kramadheyaika gocharam. In this sequence, when we slowly discard the struggle of a meditator to that extent, the meditation also will be disappearing. Then only the truth will remain. In the truth, meditator, meditation, and meditated upon, these three things will merge only in the Absolute. Triputi will disappear and Absolute will surface. This is the meaning of the Soham sadhana. But what happens normally? We keep on focusing our attention on the breathing to such an extent that we are not able to drop it. Whether you want or you don't want, breathing will continue. Why worry? But when you become aware or when you become focused on the breathing, then instead of letting the breathing continue normally and then associate the Soham thought with that, instead of that, we change our breathing according to the chanting. So, 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 and here we go wrong. Dhyatrudhyane parityajya kramadheyaika gocharam. Then nivata deepa chittam samadhi abhidhiyate. This refers to Bhagavad Gita, 6th chapter. See? So, as the result, nivata deepa chittam. Meaning what? The chitta has all the potentiality alive to disturb or to get disturbed. And yet, with all the possibility of these disturbances, and yet the mind doesn't get disturbed. Therefore, example is given Nivata Deepa, a flame. If it is a tube light, let there be air coming. It doesn't matter to the tube light or the bulb. But if it is a flame of a candle, then little bit of air, it will start flickering. In the same manner, Chitta is a living thing. And this living Chitta, and how it becomes living? Because of the reflection of the consciousness as Chidabhasa in the thought. So although the Chitta is alive, yet nothing disturbs it. Meaning what? There is every potentiality to get disturbed. And yet, it doesn't get disturbed. See? There is every freedom to eat sweets. And yet, you are not eating the sweets. See? Nothing is disturbing you. In short, to practice this, give yourself minimum or zero choice. Then we will understand this. Nivata deepa vachittam samadhi abhidhiyate. And this has to be practiced when we are working day-to-day life. So don't react in life. like an actor appears to be reacting according to the role that he is playing. But in the heart of his heart, he is not reacting. How simple it is. Nivada Deepa Vachittam Samadhi Ravidiyate. Then, as a result of this practice, that we are no more reacting to anything or anybody in this world. Then, Vruttayastu Tadanim Ajnata Api Atmagocharaha Smaranad Anumiyante Vidhitasya Samattitat. Now, here the question is raised, a doubt is raised, that if the mind is absorbed in the samadhi, how do we come to know the state of samadhi? Now, this question comes because we have understood samadhi. That means we are sitting in one place and keeping quiet. No. My understanding of samadhi is this, what I told you. We live in this world, but nothing disturbs us in this world. A normal life. If you are hungry, you want to eat food, you eat, nothing wrong. But if I don't get food of my choice, then I am disturbed, then samsara begins. See? So, vruttaya tadanim ajnata api atma gocharaha. Now, here is very important thing. When the body thought, enlivened by the reflection of consciousness, the chidabhasa, when that body thought is not disturbed, because now attention is not on the objective side of our life, but it is on the subjective. So now we are not interested. Why this is happening? Why the people are like that? Oh, our attention is on to whom it is happening. Who is disturbed? So our inquiry changes the direction. Rather than what and why and how, now the inquiry is to whom? Who is disturbed? Who is doing the sadhana? See? So, vruttaya tade atma gocharaha. So, when the thoughts become introvert and focus on the source, then that experience is a thought-free experience. It is not the experience of memory born out of indulgence. See, be attentive. Any experience which is born out of mind or repetition is in the area of matter, relativity. Absolute cannot be repeated. Therefore, smaranat anumiyante vidhitasya samuthitat. So when your meditation, everything is over, and thereafter, when you are out of it, then will you go on talking? Yeah, it was such a lovely meditation, you know. Somebody came and blessed me and told, you come to my ashram and I'll give you a separate room to stay, because that man who has built that room, he died. Now that room is available for sale. You come and take that room and you have to pay only not much, 30 lakhs rupees for that. And you can come and stay here all the time in your life when you want to come. And when you are not coming to this ashram, then your room will give on rent to somebody. See? All this rubbish, get out of it. You cannot repeat. The truth cannot be known twice. The reason being, it is infinite. And second thing, you cannot make a memory of the infinite. You have memory of your childhood, good experiences, bad experiences. We have no memory of the space. Space is infinite. Just think, in our whole life, we have been living only in space, but we have never spoken a single word till date about space. Because it is infinite, you cannot talk. But we do experience. This is what is mentioned here. Smaranat anumiyante vittitasya samuttitat. Therefore, this experience is never spoken. It is only, it remains as your own immediate experience. Now what happens? When can this happen? Vritti nam anuvrittistu prayatnat prathamadapi adrushta sakrudabhyasa samskara sachivat bhavet. Now, vritti nam anuvrittistu. Now, this practice that you are in a continuous, unbroken experience of the divine being, prathamat prayatnadapi. Initially, you have to put efforts. See? And ultimately, and other thing, adrushta, asatkrut abhyasa samskarat. And like in Bhagavad Gita it is said, if one has done a lot of this practice in the last life and died on the way, then from where you left the body and from there again next birth, you start your sadhana from there. And therefore we come across people who are very contemplative right from childhood. See? There is very, very sweet boy. I love that boy because his name is Anubhav. See? I know when he was born, his mother asked me, I say, you name him Anubhav. And right from childhood, he's so contemplative, he's so unassuming, he's absolutely quiet. Nothing disturbs him. See? Athava yoginameva kule bhavati dhimatam. Therefore, adrushta asatkrit abhyasa samskarat. Because of the earlier practice, even once he begins, then samskara sachira sivat bhavet. And then what happens? Yatha dipo nivatastaha ityadivi anekada bhagavan imam eva artha arjunaya nirupayet. So Bhagavan Sri Krishna told the same thing to Arjun in Bhagavad Gita. Idam ityadivi anekada bhagavan imam eva artha. Bhagavan Sri Krishna told the same thing to Arjun in Bhagavad Gita. See? Now, when this is practiced, then as a result, what happens? Anadaviha samsare sanchita karma kotayaha anena vilayam yanti shuddho dharmo vivardate. See? Anena अनादाविह संसारे संचिता कर्म कोटया इह संसारे संचिता कर्म कोटया अनादौ इह samsare. In this samsara, in this world, from the time unknown, there are so many karma kotayaha, so many impressions on the mind which were accumulated from millions and millions of lives. Then anena means by this samadhina, by the samadhi. See, by this practice. So what is the practice? Be attentive. Stop reacting. And our reaction is in the form of assessment, evaluation, comment, suggestion, asking somebody's past, talking about our past, giving advice, make decision for others. When somebody is after your life asking questions, what should be done? So my Guru Maharaj taught me this. And they told me, I don't know. Over. Don't waste your time and energy with all these foolish questions. Anything that will take you away from your contemplative mode, not worth. So, anada viha samsare sanchita karma kodaya anena vilayam yanti. By this practice, The old habit of reacting, discussion, argument, suggestions, everything slowly dies away. And Shuddho Dharmo Vivardhate. And then we become qualified for the further contemplation. Shuddho Dharma, Dharma here means Antakaran, the mind. Mind becomes absolutely pure. Now, what is the purity of the mind? That mind wherefrom objectivity, although perceived, has no impact on the mind. That mind is pure mind. So when we are living in a relative world, yes, there will be objectivity. And we have to talk the same language. But that doesn't mean we get influenced by that. Shuddho dharma vivardate. In other words, mind is perceiving everything, but mind stops projecting and reacting. See? When this projection and the reaction aspect of the mind is suspended, this is what Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi tells, Eka Chintanat Nashametyadaha. The mind has to be destroyed. The destruction of the mind is not by taking drinks and drugs. Destruction of the mind is we stop our old habit of reacting and we stop our old habit of evaluating, suggesting, comparison, memories. No, 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 no. Observe this. When somebody is telling to you about his son, see, my son, these days he got a job, but he's working from home. And then they say, you will have to go to that place. So we are just worried, what will he do there? And there is this corona going on, how will you go? So one father is telling to other father, do you think the other father will listen? He said, yes, my son, but he is lucky enough. Now, who asked you about your son? Think. Because our mind has not yet become mirror-like. Immediately we begin. This we have to consciously observe, and then only our old habit will die. So, anadavya samsare sanchita karma kotaya anena vilayam yanti shuddho dharmo vivardate. And then dharma megham imam prahu samadhim yoga vittamaha varshattesha yato dharma amrita dhara sahasrashaha. Now, yoga vittamaha. Now, those who are expert in the yoga, they call this as dharma megha samadhi. Dharma megha samadhi means the mind is perfectly alive and yet it is undisturbed by anything. It is not a jada samadhi. See, this samadhi is exactly like sleep without sleep. So, like sleep means what? None of the perceptions are available to us. Sleep. And this samadhi means what? All perceptions are available to us. Now, what is deep sleep? Because the perceptions are not available, we don't react. In this samadhi, although the perceptions are available, we don't react. Ya nisha sarva bhutanam tasyam jagarti sayyami yasyam jagrati bhutani sa nisha pashyato munehe. That relative world where the ignorant people are awakened, to that relative world, the wise man is sleeping. And an absolute reality to which the wise man is awakened, to that the ignorant people are sleeping. So the ignorant people are taking the relative world as real and they do not know the absolute. And the wise people are living in the absolute and not getting influenced by the relative. Now this relative world is like what? If you have to stand in front of the mirror, you cannot stop seeing your reflection. Relative. Seer and the seen. As long as we are expressing through the body, there will be body identification. You cannot stop it. So body identification is not the problem. But after that, when the second generation is born, then the problems begin. See? So unless we are free from the second generation of the body identification, and they are possessions and relations. So when possessions and relations are no more disturbing us, see, then we are understanding this. This is called a dharma megha samadhi. Now, megha is the clouds. Dharma is the virtues. Now, in this samadhi, the clouds of virtues are showering the bliss of immortality. And what is that? Varshati esha yato dharma amruta dhara sahasrashaha. Then such a master is ever happy, cheerful, mauj mein. There cannot be anger. There cannot be curse. You will see all the rishis, what we read in our Puranas, they keep on cursing everybody. See, Brahmaji has created the Saptarshis. Now, when Bhagwan Narayana took the avatar of Narsimha Garu, after killing that fellow, Hiranyakashipu, and then to withdraw from that Narsimha avatar, it was becoming difficult for Narayana because he got identified with so strongly. And therefore, he started devouring anything that comes in front of him. He started eating and destroying. And when the Saptarshis were in front of him, so he wanted to eat them also. So they got angry and they cursed. You are eating everything, you will be eaten by somebody. And because of that curse, Narayana Bhagwan is now getting eaten by somebody. This is how the stories tell us that whenever you do tapasya, you are bound to end up in a strong personality. Don't do tapasya. Then engage yourself in love and devotion. Tapasya keeps you separate from others. You can observe this thing. Those who are very successful in their life because of their hard work, very strong personality. See? I worked hard, I have done this thing, I have done that. I don't have any other source, but on my own stamina, I got it. See, friends. And therefore, although they are good, they are doing good to everybody. And yet, they are lonely in the crowds because they sort themselves out of them. See, the quality of our life is recognized when we can observe our interaction with those who are inferior and unfortunate, like our subordinates. This is my observation. Those who are extremely full of humility, submission, and talking with great love and slowly to the bosses, they are extremely terrible for their subordinates. They have got a double standard. With the boss, goody, 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 goody. And with others, Rakshasa. And this observation I got, from where? From you. Like somebody told me once or twice, Swamiji, you don't know the people. I said, no, I know them. No, Swamiji, you don't know. So I kept quiet. When these people talk to you, they are different. If the same people talk to us, they are different. See? So because they come and talk to me with respect and reverence, humility, yes, Swamiji, yes, Swamiji, yes, okay, can I do anything more? But when it comes to their own subordinates, why you are late? Why you are not doing? See, my friends, Therefore, dharmame gamimam dharmamruta sahasrashaha varshati. So if we are really walking spiritual path, we will be attentive. We will be at home and at peace with everyone. Number one, nobody will be afraid of us. People will have respect and reverence, but not fear. They will not try to hide anything from us because they have got a complete confidence and faith that I am safe in her or in his hands. Then we are understanding the meaning of this. Dharmamegamimam prahu samadhim yoga vittamaha varshattesha yato dharma mritadhara sahasrasha. See Maharaj, that is why unless you study Panchadashi deep, thoroughly, what all you are doing is okay, nothing wrong. But this is the ultimate. Or else, like today I got one message. Today from 10:45 to 12 o'clock noon is the best celestial constellation combination, which was not there for last so many hundreds of years, which will not be there for another few hundred years. Therefore, during this time, 11:45 to 12 o'clock, if you chant Vishnu Sahasranam, Rama Raksha, Bhagavad Gita, Hanuman Chalisa, and then you will be tremendously benefited because of these proper constellations coming together. Do it, nothing wrong. These are the excuses by which we start focusing ourselves on the truth. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om.